as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Racing through the streets and through the hills as the wheels turn. Every Thursday night we pedaling as the wheels turn. Streaming live we turn on us, so yes.
A pleasant good night, cycling fans and supporters. Welcome to the 125th edition. The big man in the house, my co-host. I didn't call you co-host, you're next host. But good night, D. What a wonderful, beautiful Easter weekend. A lot of races we have to report on. But D, welcome.
Thank you very much, Andrew. It's a pleasure to be here again. Another beautiful Thursday night in beautiful Borough Boom.
Yep.
Nice and cool tonight. This is an amazing time of the year. If you notice, there's still a smile on my face.
Right.
Although we rode a very tough cross country. I'm fully recovered.
Yeah.
Finished and fully recovered, I might say. But so exciting, 125th edition. Unbelievable, huh?
Yeah, even though I'm not riding anymore, you get that butterfly around that time of the year. When the race is drawn, I know I'm just a commentator, but just hearing the cyclists get up early in the morning, I feel like I actually ride. So it's a time of the year. To me, it's like how kids have Christmas. That is my Christmas then.
Totally. And before we hop into the show, it's an exciting show tonight, right?
Right.
Race recap and prize giveaways and a bunch of fun stuff. But before we do that, let's welcome our viewers.
Of course, go ahead, Dee.
Thank you guys so much. It means a lot to us, to myself and Andrew, for you guys to tune in week after week after week. 125 weeks, and every time I come on the show, before I'm hosting it now, when I used to come on the show, I used to see the same names. So it's amazing, right? You got these definite loyal fans.
Exactly.
And we're meeting people out there saying, hey, the show is going great. Every time I'm with you, Andrew, at events, in Boom, you were in Boom this weekend. You were in Crooked Tree last weekend. People are coming up to you and man, you're such a celebrity out there for what you're doing for cycling. And you know what? It's an added entertainment for them as well.
Right, exactly.
So, big up yourself, man. I mean, you're doing a great job. So thank you guys for all your support, continued support for making As the Wheel Turns the #1 show in Belize. And reaching across the nation. So we want to thank you guys first and foremost. Yes, thanks to the fans.
Yeah. I want to big up Kevin Logan, who provide foods, and Ashton Clothing for Tire D.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. So Andrew, I know it's a packed show. What do you have for the viewers tonight? How do you want to start off?
First of all, we want to send speedy recovery to our good friends. We know Mr. Stephen Bissett had a nasty fall yesterday morning, right?
Yes.
Yesterday morning, and we know he was pretty banged up. I don't think no broken.
No,
bones.
so I spoke to Steve and his wife, and they did told me that he was banged up pretty good. Right. Took some stitches across the eye, and also a bruise shoulder. But looks so far, X-rays are negative. So speedy recovery to you, Biss. I mean, you're a guy. We're always riding on the road together. I know how much you love cycling, and I know how busy you are. He's actually traveling. He actually traveled back today.
Yeah. Well,
back to Florida. So.
Well, he's a bit tough, because I know it's not the first time the Biss kind of lick in cycling. So that's why I tell people that cycling are not for the faint at heart. So this is one tough soldier. So speed recovery, Biss.
And it was an unfortunate accident. A slip of the chain ring, which could happen all the time, right?
Yeah.
So he'll recover from that, I'm pretty sure, and back on the road pretty soon. And also, I believe there was another crash in the Guns race this morning, right?
Right.
Okay. So we want to speedy recovery to the young junior cyclist Joseph Lam. Apparently, he had a collision with a motorcycle.
Okay.
And also speedy recovery to the motorcycle driver as well. He got some hurt. but nothing was serious. I don't believe. But we do want to emphasize, Andrew. I know this is something you and I spoke about, right?
Right.
We want to emphasize when you guys are racing out there. Please, these roads are not closed.
Not close.
Let's race aggressively, but let's race safely. Let's attack, not in oncoming traffic or outside the yellow line. Everywhere you go to race across the world, yellow line rule is in effect, except Belize.
Yeah.
We need to do a better job, guys. We definitely need to do a better job at adhering to that. What's your take on that?
Rules are rules. If you leave the country and you make those mistakes, you could pay with your life. And the officials out there are very strict. They will DQ you instantly.
Yeah, so I think definitely. I mean, I would want to lean on the organizers. Race organizers. Automatic disqualification for riders who habitually break that rule. As soon as it's broken, it's disqualification. And if you put that in place,
then you tighten up.
I believe so as well, because I know you while you're announcing, you're always saying that, no?
Yeah, me and Mr. Guns always scream too. Yellow line, yellow line, yellow line.
I just want to make the fans know. I put up a picture, but the spill I show, the local up on the up on the left hand side, then you see. Just to put the spill for what happened to the other race on the right.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So I just talk about the spill, but I don't want to make people think that I'm in the spill.
Oh no, so
the
yep. Thanks, George. So actually, you look at a spill thing because the race in Europe, nasty fall this morning to go so major players. So this thing happened to professionals and local riders. So it's once you get on bicycle, we call it a double riding horse. You know what I'm saying? You are too long. So basically, doesn't work out. And the guys race and they both had nasty falls, and it's a part of cycling.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate part of cycling. Obviously in the pro ranks, the roads are closed and there's a lot of officials. But for example, what happened this morning was, it seems to be, a rider fall, and we want to minimize that. So, like we talk about, perhaps that strict DQ rule, enforce it, guys, because actually you're looking out for the races at the end of the day.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
That's a massive thing.
But speedy recovery to all that's involved. The unfortunate accidents. That's about the two that we know of. Got some other exciting news to share.
Well, we're not going to nobody has no birthday greeting, so we can wish no birthday today.
Check the comments.
So Stephen.
Behind the boards.
Oh yeah, the only Lex is not here, so the only Georgian behind the control, he need to do everything.
Yep.
So
you had a race from last week you wanted to mention, right?
Yes, we know
didn't
it.
get the results, but the hardworking Andrew Ordonez behind the scenes actually got the results for this week.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to bring up that one there?
Corozal, George, I don't have the results of when I just have the names here. So last weekend I had a Corozal race, and we never report on that. But I got I have the results here. The Corozal race, Kenny Gladden, Barney brother, he won. Second was young Tyler Trapp, and third was Devon Morrison.
Three of those guys, Kenny's been riding pretty well actually.
Right.
He's won a few races. I think he won a race in Chetumal recently, just before this one.
Right.
And then Tyler is a good rider, and Devon
is a young upcoming.
Yeah, we'll see him in the elite peloton pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we move on to Good Friday race. Where I went to Crooked Tree. Boy, the love I received in Crooked Tree was amazing. Man, I feel right at home.
You took the live stream on the road then?
All the way to Crooked Tree.
Nice.
All the way to Crooked Tree, and the fans are looking forward for more races. They said they love it. They will. I mean, the amount of villagers came out to cheer on the riders. It was beautiful. I was amazed.
Yeah, and you know what? I made an effort to actually wake up a little early and watch that live stream, because I think it started like 6 a.m. on Good Friday morning.
Yeah.
That's the one, right?
That was one right there. That's one right there.
Yeah.
Not another one there though. That one, yes. Those.
I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. The other one they show. The other one they show right now. Those are.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it right there.
And Andrea, looks like that course, they started off with a 5.5 mile beach cruiser race for the women.
Right.
And that course, I have to admit, is beautiful.
It's
man.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Hardly any traffic there, and that
Yeah.
was beautiful. Mm.
Nice, nice. So after the dust settled down, who were the winners there?
Okay, so in first place we had
Deandra.
Deandra Tillett. She goes by the name of Empress D. Tillett.
Okay.
Yes, that young lady there ride on a big heavy bike, but she loved bicycle, and hopefully we see her in the peloton racing now, in racer bike. Second was a young lady, Lily Sueze. I think a young lady, 17 years old, but when I look upon her face, there's no, I mean, riding a beach cruiser for 5 miles, not that easy, but she didn't show no facial expression of like tired or anything. So amazing young lady too. And third was Mrs. Indra Gillett.
Excellent.
She rode her heart out too. So we want to big up all the young ladies taking part, and we hope next year that they have more. I guess you know what the Felicians say, they have more next year, right? Yeah.
Nice, nice. And that race was sponsored by.
Bobby Sutherland and I had the names of all the sponsors. I don't have them here.
Yeah, but Bobby was the main organizer,
Right,
I believe,
organizer,
of
right,
that race.
right.
Yeah, I was watching that female race too, and I was amazed. At some point, these ladies were pedaling 15 to 16 miles an hour on a bicycle that's about 35 pounds.
Exactly. And big fat tires.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And one direction was a strong headwind.
Yeah.
Because again, I was watching live and listening to you. So, big respect to Deandra Tillett, Lily Swayze, and Indra Gillett for participating in that race and for filling out the podium. Next was the men's category, 20 miles. They did after the dust settled was Nigel Alvarado was first. Travis Greenidge, second, Steven Smith. I think these three guys got away from early.
Yep, it's shortly after the race started.
And stayed out, no?
Yeah.
I tell you what, Andrew, I was watching the live and I was pretty impressed with this guy who came in fourth.
Boy, he's
Stephen Flores, known as Express.
Yes, they call it Express. You know why I get the name Express? The villagers, when they need anything to buy at the shop, they call him and he would express service, right? So that's the reason, yeah.
That's why the man fast. Then.
That's why the man fast.
Yeah. And the other thing that impressed me too, all the other guys were riding. Majority of the other guys that were in the lead or in the top 8 had road shoes on. And this guy had a tennis shoe.
Tennis shoe, right? Exactly.
And he was pacing at some point 25 miles an hour.
Yep.
On unconventional road bike. So this guy has a lot of talent. I would love to see him stick with the sport and maybe get a little bit of help. So perhaps our good friend Bobby Sutherland might give him some assistance, and who knows, right? It could be one of the next top elites. Another kid that rode phenomenal was
young Aaron Pope.
your opposition.
Yes, man. Yes. Aaron Pope.
So what do you think about your chances after?
Boy, Aaron Pope might have been in trouble. Boy, the man got me the one. But the race are set for the end of the month or something like that.
Donis, I still going with you though. I still with you, Donis. If we lose, we'll lose together. But I'm pretty confident you'll take on the young kid.
Right. So Aaron rode magnificent. He actually attacked the guy, and he was very impressive. And I see a champion in Aaron as he grow older and get more into the sport. Right now, he can't beat me, but. Well, a few years' time, maybe next year, so I'm not able to take on. You blow me to smithereens.
And let's point out, he's 12 years old.
12 years old.
12 years old, competing with grown men.
Yep.
And still holding his own, coming in fourth.
Right.
Or some sure fifth. Sixth place was Harold Zuniga Jr. Seventh was a young lady.
The only young lady. We take part.
Not impressive.
So,
She there is like, sure, right?
Yes, she's right there. No, wrong picture. Yeah.
Irene Baki.
Irene
I
Baki.
think so. That's why I have to skip so.
That's Miss Enterprise.
That's
That's Irene Baki.
Irene
was smiling when she was riding, and she attacked the guy too. I mean, the way they attacked where this guy named Zuniga.
Oh, really?
Yes, and Zuniga look like he said, "Well, coming somebody," but Irene Baki is up and coming, and
excellent.
what she went out there on the road bike, so she was to take part in the beach cruiser, but because now the beach cruiser, she lined up with the males, and she rode awesome. I mean, just getting on the sport, and she have a great future in front of her.
And Andrew, is she from Crooked Tree, the village of Crooked Tree?
No,
okay.
she's from the city.
Okay,
from
excellent.
the city,
And how old is she? We know how old.
Irene is 15, I think, 15 years old.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah, so possibly next year we could see her in the
Right.
in the junior youth category.
Yep. Well, she did the youth.
She did?
She did, yeah.
Excellent,
She did.
excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
She did,
Yep, and rounding out the 8-man podium was none other than one of the organizers, Bobby Sutherland. Nice job, Bobby. Good to see you. Good to see you on the bike, man. Congratulations. So that was it for that race.
So we'll move on to the we left the cross country for last.
Sure.
So we'll move on to the Easter Monday race.
Yep.
Held by by Inner City Cycling Connection.
Mr. Dan Harris.
Yes, Inc. and Chavaria Cycling Club had a beautiful race.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, that race was a 36-mile race starting at the Marion Jones complex. They rode to Hattieville, around the roundabout, came to the Boom Bridge, made a left, finished up in front of Castleton Park.
Yeah, he started at Marion Jones, head up the Philip Golson Highway onto the Boom Hattieville Road.
Correct.
To the roundabout and back. The way that race from it started was 30 plus miles an hour.
Yeah, I think those guys averaged 27 point something.
Exactly.
What Jalen told me.
Yeah, some people might say that was a short race, but after the guys rode the cross country, that race was unfair. But you see, I had 4 riders from Team Skyline, and that 4 powerful riders. I know, guys.
No, the guy that came third. The guy that came third in the cross country was riding an Abner Maxwell.
Right.
He was in that race. You had, of course, John DeLong. We had Patrick Riens. And you had
Clayton and Travis.
Yeah.
And Clayton rode awesome in the cross country too.
Yeah.
So the race was under fire. I mean, our guys rode well. I mean, the winner, kudos to young Jalen. So the finish line was, I saw some of the comments on Facebook say that, well, unfair and this and that. But part of cycling is that you personally have to know where the finish is. You should find out. Once you know you want to take part in a race, you should go and find out, okay, guys, this is where the finish is. Unfortunately, he didn't know exactly. We are commentators, so we really can't tell him. It's an official job to tell, but I guess maybe in the future they have a bigger flag or something like that.
Yeah, at that point, I rewatched it live, and also Jalen and his dad stopped at my house for quite a bit, and I talked to them about the race. And based on what I was looking at, I think Abner Maxwell. I don't think he sprinted for the finish line. What I think was he attacked Jalen, thinking that he could drop Jalen, and Jalen was super strong, and he reacted because if you notice on the live, he asked Jalen to ask you where the finish line was. And when Jalen did that kind of race tactic, right? When Jalen did that, he automatically attacked right away. So he went and he jumped and he attacked, and he thought, well, he was going to take it until he saw the flag. Well, Jalen got on his wheel pretty quickly, and I think after that was his last bullet.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what kind of happened. So I think Jalen ran a phenomenal race, and it wasn't necessarily a mistake that Abner Maxwell made.
Oh, okay, all right.
That why Jalen won. But I would encourage the organizers in the future, next year, let's move that line up a little bit, maybe by the police station. That's paved and.
Well, Mr. Don Harris say call the minister again, check with them and please make the, because if you just wanted the truck.
Yeah. Well, they checked with me and before that race, the course was smooth enough to finish, but obviously with the Easter and the traffic, Easter and the traffic, the potholes, they came back pretty rapidly. So what can you do, right? But so in that race, you want to go ahead and
all right.
Results,
so the results. So we have. So we call the
overall elite.
Yeah, we call it. I have the overall elite first. We have that's it here. Jalen Brisenio, first place. Second, Abner Maxwell, and third, Derek Chavaria. So we have 2 Belizean in the top 3.
Yeah. 2 teammates as well. G-Flow.
But young Jalen, I call him Lionheart. The man really rode his heart out, and he finished the cross country also.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are talking about that. We're going on to the Guns Riders. This is the one which that are the Guns Riders. We have Shea Paredes, we have Gary Bennett, and Greville Young. Those are the top 3 for the guns riders. Now we go over to the weekend warriors, the one with Smokes Gladden.
Oh, I think they're way up. That's right there.
Yeah, all right. So weekend warriors, Smokes Gladden was first. Second was Windell Skinny Vernon, and third Emery Gill. Those are the top 3 for the weekend warriors. Then we have juniors. So Jalen Brisena double dip.
Yeah,
So we have a young Jalen Brisena first, second Keith Enright, and third Jaheim Lewis. So that's the result. Definitely again want to big up Inner City Cycling Connection Inc. and Chavaria Cycling Club.
Absolutely.
Female?
Oh yes, the female too. Okay, so the female we have Maya Bennett first, second we have Paulita Chavaria, and third Irene Baki again.
Wow, okay.
So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so.
And shout out to Enzo Cat, the daughter.
Yes, that's
She's doing a fantastic job being on
Right.
the top podium there and beating, obviously, Paulita, who's a good,
Yeah.
solid cyclist. So, up and coming stars. Yep, and a big recognition I'd like to give to Mr. Jaslyn Chavaria Sr.
Right.
That man has passion for cycling like yourself, Andrew. And you know, he's always looking out to throw races, and he's good at getting sponsorships and collaborating with different folks, and he's always out there giving his time. You know, all the races, you know, whether it's a guns race, a weekend warrior race, the elite races, youth races, he's all over the tarmac. So
Yeah.
I just want to, you know, when I see things like that, I just want to recognize that, because it takes a special person to do things like that, you know, time after time. So nice job, Mr. Chavaria. Keep it up, and obviously it shows, right, with your dedication to the sport, shows that in your offspring with Derek Jr. and Jaslyn Jr. Or Derek and Jaslyn Jr.
Then this morning, Mr. Guns has his race, but we had an unfortunate incident, right? So
Yep.
the race never finished. Mr. Guns called off the race due to safety, and Carter Judge Abraham Senior, the policeman, said that they will charge the organizers if they not quit the race. So Mr. Guns said he decided to quit the race, but he still gave away the 2 station prizes, one along the road.
The first one at 8 Mile was won by Jaheim Lewis. It was a pretty nice sprint. I was watching that one between Smokes, Jaheim, and Devin Major, and Jaheim got it. So that was a nice job. The second, it was 2 station prizes, I believe. Do you remember who the second one?
This Mr. Green one, the second one for $50.
Nice.
Tyron Green.
Green.
$50 station prize.
Well done.
So the race are finished, but then they still come up.
Yeah.
But big up Mr. Guns again. When you got a break, you want give the result of the cross country while we talk about the cross country, or what you want to give the result right now?
No, let's. I think we should save that.
Save that. All right.
for
Okay.
when we jump into that race.
So we have upcoming events. We have next week Sunday is the Weekend Warriors cross country.
Correct. So next Sunday, which is April 16th, would be the Weekend Warrior cross country. That should be an exciting race, starting at Spanish Lookout Junction and finishing in Belize City. Finishing at Old Belize. That's the route for that, and it would be all 3 categories. Andrew would be starting together, A, B, and C, and I believe obviously separate prizes. I'm not sure if they're going 3 deep or 5 deep for that, but that should be an exciting race.
Yes.
I will be lining up for that one.
Like that? And then I know Mr. Guns will have an exciting one the 21st.
21st.
Because he done secure some beautiful prize. I think he did mention that the first place might be what, $2,000?
Yes.
By Leslie's Imports. Maybe you could give.
Well, he was supposed to send me the details. I didn't get that just yet, but that will definitely be an exciting race again. So you know, the guys who didn't get what they needed to get this coming Sunday, which is the 16th, the Weekend Warrior cross country, going to be battling for that one.
Yeah,
right? So,
if I'm not sure, I think I said $2,000, $1,500 for second place, or $1,000 for first place. So that's a beautiful prize.
these are like elite prizes.
Yes, Mr. Guns really the hustle. Big up yourself, Mr. Guns. Your hustle's a nice prize. So the guys are.
2,000 is more than a Bell Pan Classic.
Exactly.
For sure.
Everybody gonna war.
Yeah.
So there is now. But next week we'll have the full details on that. We'll have all the prices, because I know Mr. Guns will get the rest of prizes.
Yeah.
Prize still come in. So we tell people support them and for the 2 races then. But
And usually these races are pretty rich with station prizes as well. So, guys, I encourage you all the different clubs across the country, Griga. If you have qualified riders, reach out to Mr. Guns, reach out to Weekend Warrior, get your registration in and be a part of these races because they're going to be fun. Guys from the Corozal district as well, Orange Walk, get in there and register early and let's have a nice little war on the tarmac.
Yes, man.
I'm looking forward to those 2 races as well. So should be exciting.
Big Mike, he asked me for please tell the fans that he's not able to have the race this weekend. He's still awaiting some prizes. He may wait for some medals. And so he announced the date when he have the kids race. But he will definitely have the race. He said, just tell him have patience, but he will definitely have the kids race. We have prizes because somebody dropped off 2 cases of Gatorade today. And then little bit of states drop off some prizes too today. So we'll big up little bit of states and don't give prize. And I tell you, well, the race not be Sunday, but they don't give them prize to us. So a lot of people said so the kids don't come up because more prizes come up. Might have some trophy at the shop. We have some jerseys for kids from Stuart and Roberto family.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And if anyone wants to donate additional prizes for this race, would they get in contact with you? Or?
They could contact me or Mike.
All right, okay.
Yeah. And we ask that they not give cash. We ask that they give kinds, like any things where they could use. That we don't want the kids that money thing coming in.
Exactly.
So maybe even a gift certificate, make them go to an ice cream shop or maybe to a restaurant, can the family go eat things that's all right. So it could be a gift certificate in the value of so much for. So just to make the family feel good.
Nice. And what age categories?
I normally start from I think 5 to 8, 9 to 11, and 12 to 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Excellent. Good. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. 9 to 12, and then 13 to 15, yep.
Good. And based on what I've seen in the past, these races are very well attended.
Right.
Yeah, people get excited.
Well, the kids they come to the shop today and ask, race on the Sunday? I said, boy, unfortunately, no race Sunday. And I said, man, when we look forward to the race. So.
Yeah. Well, again, extra week for practice, right?
Well, we will definitely update and put it on my Facebook page when the race will taking place.
Okay, excellent.
So we'll take a break and when we come up we'll give some giveaways and then we'll get into the big Holy Saturday cross country results and we want to dissect the race piece by piece, right?
Sounds good.
All right, so folks, we'll take a short break. When we come back, put on thinking cap, some beautiful prize. So we'll be back.
This is a Soul Fire production. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes.
Welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys, and again, thanks a lot for your viewership. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Question.
So exciting! This is the most exciting part of the show. The giveaways, the giveaways, Andrew. I know your fans are. Look at those names popping up already. They're excited about this. We got our bell handy.
Yes, the bell is right here.
Nice. So we will start with the first question, which will be a cleats donated by. So a cleats donated, and this is a look. Is it look?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Here, look.
yeah, look Keo cleats, and that's donated by Mr. Kevin Logan out of Boston. First question: who was the first cyclist to break the 7-hour barrier in the cross country? What year and what was the time? So we're looking for the cyclist name. First one to be under 7 hours. What year was it?
Please try to that one answer for me, guys. Yeah, hard for.
What's that?
Yeah, one answer.
One answer.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So one answer.
One answer, please. Who was the first cyclist to break the 7-hour barrier in the cross country? What year was that, and what was the time?
Easy, all information there in the Bible.
And Andrew, we want to thank our special contributor to the show, Mr. Elston Wade Jr., for contributing to these to the show by picking out these lovely questions here. So
Thanks, Elston.
Thank you, Mr. Wade.
Thank you very much. Next weekend, we don't have a winner?
Including the time too. Just to put year on them.
yeah, well we need the actual time.
Time.
Yeah. So what was that time?
Somebody get it and then put it in separate pieces. I could see to the moment so they give it to the person.
If the same person have everything right?
But I don't know about the time wrong.
Or the time wrong? Okay. And all the time you're in the Bible, right?
Because the time I put on to seconds, right?
No, minute. Yeah, hour and minute.
Or minutes.
Hour and a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh man. We got a winner. Yeah, we got a winner.
Yeah, winner.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent. Ring.
Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. Linsford, that's it.
Yep.
Yes.
Linsford.
Yep.
They spell it wrong though.
No,
that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
You don't have to have the right spelling.
Yeah.
I got Francois Alva.
Voilà.
I sorry, Irene Bakim and put Linda Gillette and put the year, but then the time, I got put 6 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's not correct.
Yeah, that's why she never get it because she put the wrong timing.
Okay.
It was very close though,
All right.
All right. Okay.
but I got to Francois, so.
Nice job, Francois.
So
So the answer,
Francois.
guys, Linda Gillette in 1983 was 6 hours and 30 minutes.
Yep. So you give it. Irene, make sure to read the Bible good. Check it.
It may happen for win, man. I put 6 minutes and 33
Okay.
seconds. That can't be, you know.
Well, I hope when you continue riding the bike, you be that fast, right? Quick jump, right? Yeah. All right. So
You know what's amazing? In 1983, 6 hours and 30 minutes, that would have been a time that was good to finish this cross country here as a finisher.
Okay. Yeah.
At 6 hours and 30 minutes. Imagine
That'll be like the deadline.
Yeah,
I mean, wait,
could have been, probably like around the cut-off time, close to
Okay.
cut-off time, but just imagine that. So a lot of guys this year was outside of 6 hours and 30
30
minutes.
minutes.
Amazing, right?
Awesome. Big up Lindy Gillette, man. I remember I rode at cross country.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I finished 11th that year.
Nice job. Excellent.
Next week too, we'll continue with the shoe. We'll get the question there because Mr. Al Smith done 2 shoes, don't give away already. We done send the size. And next week when we start to give back our next shoes next week. But we'll get some tough questions because there are some expensive shoes they man give. So I just can't get any easy questions, right?
That's amazing.
Amazing,
Yeah,
right?
thanks, Al.
Yeah. So
Okay, nice job.
big up again yourself again, Al. All right, moving on to the second question, D.
Second question, 2 gels, 2 SIS gels donated by Mr. Kevin Logan again. Question number 2, which cyclist won 5 consecutive cross-country races and what were the years? 5 consecutive cross-country races which cyclist, and this could be one female or one male, right? 5 consecutive cross-country wins, and what years?
Right. Easy, right there in the history books. Yeah, watch how the Easter come and gone, why? The cross country come and gone.
Yes, amazing.
All the chit chatter, welcome me do, hope do, but I know how tough the race is, so I still want to give any cyclist where had the heart for line up, like we always say, cycling racing, bicycle racing is not for the faint of heart. So all brave souls,
Yeah,
including yourself.
absolutely. But 120 of us lined up.
120, amazing, yeah.
Yeah, about 120 of us lined up, and that race was so difficult that only a little bit over 50,
Okay.
less than half, completed it.
Alright,
In,
we have a winner.
Have a winner?
excellent.
Who is the winner?
Keith Anderson.
Keith Anderson?
Yes, but Irene Bandy put Camille Solis as well, but she never put the years.
Okay.
yeah.
Camille Solis, 1990 through 1994. Nice job.
Congratulations, Keith. Makatalo, Keith has about 5 or 6 in the book. He have everything by his side. He one of the number one followers or fans.
I see his name quite a bit too.
No, he win quite a number of things, but he said he stay close, so he study. He say he study,
Yeah.
so he go back to school.
That's
Yeah. So Keith, so just put the name side, right? Remember the first,
yeah.
the one,
Yep. Avila.
Avila, and then so when they pick up the prize, they get the correct prize. So we move on to the third question of the night. This is easy, you get one.
Third question of the night. This is a Bible, cycling Bible or Traditions magazine donated by yours truly, Andrew Adonis.
Yeah.
As the wheel turns, which cyclist won the only handicap cross-country race and what year was it? Which cyclist won the only handicap cross-country race and what year was it? And the reason it was called a handicap race was, again?
Because when they had a meeting and the juniors and they ride it, the big elite riders, they said, Chum, you may say, McNair, give them 15 minutes. And the person said, Jeffrey Brown said, no man, give them half an hour, we and run it down. Never caught that person. give away.
Which cyclist won the only handicap cross-country race and what year was it?
Easy.
Alright. And what year as well, right?
What,
Yep.
yeah, put the year.
Cyclist name and the year.
Yeah.
Alright, we need the year too.
Yeah, Andre, Easter time, exciting, man, exciting time, you know, dry weather, you know, the smell of the bushfires, you got all the foreign people in town, excitement, activities going on at the Keys.
Cross bun.
Yes, cross bun, hot cross bun, and fry fish.
And fry fish.
Yeah,
tradition.
tradition, absolutely. And not to mention the big dance.
Yep, the whole is such a cross country.
Yep.
But always where the air is full of excitement, the riders there. So a lot of riders get pretty nervous, but if you ride 140 plus miles, it's no easy task.
Definitely not. I mean, there's a lot of training that goes into that. I mean, I've done 5 of them, and I've only started racing in 2018, Andrew, and I've ridden.
Have a winner.
Have a winner?
Nice.
Who's the winner?
Terhan Solis. Why?
Huh?
The legal has sent every minute Irene back in. She the first one to get the answer, but she just put one piece. Watch this. She put that, but no, yeah.
Oh.
Every day she bring it one piece.
Clinton Castillo. Clinton Castillo in 1953, and Clinton was one of the juniors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. So that's it.
And the big giveaway.
The big giveaway. So we'll see the nice big prize for the last. Buy this pretty.
Yeah. Beautiful
helmet.
Beautiful helmet, guys. And again, this is donated by
Mr. Kevin Logan out of Boston. The man is here in the country.
Yep. So I'm giving the viewers a nice look at this one because it's not an easy question. But it's a nice helmet, and you know, I had a pleasure of meeting Kevin Logan, and what a, you know,
He was in studios
what an exciting
last
that guy is.
Thursday.
Yeah.
And the man gave so much. I didn't get a chance to really touch that blue label when the man gave
Really?
it. Yes, man. Savor the moment for that.
Yeah.
Touch that blue label. when the man do it.
Passionate, as a passionate guy, man. I
No,
enjoyed hearing his story, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I answer some questions, sir? You know, the
Yes.
questions.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, man.
So question number 4, Andrew, is name the McGill brothers. How many cross country races did they win collectively?
So listen good, Irene, listen good.
Yes. So we need all the names of the McGill brothers and a total of how many cross countries they've won collectively. What an amazing family, huh?
Yes, boy. That when I'm a kid, when I'm hearing the name, I never reach the age of 10 yet, and man,
Wow.
The excitement fully for you.
Yeah.
I'm young and I'm nervous, but from that age I know that I'm a run across country someday because it's something that, you know, I was around my dad, around Mr. Denfield McNabb, and there's the wrong all them guys with us, right? That's how I get to meet the McGills, Holiday, Alfred Parks, through my dad, and at one time Mr. Denfield McNabb was the president of the Cycling Association, and so we had the opportunity to go up on the track, and you feel big then because everybody's not going to stand, and you get the opportunity to go up on the track and meet the cyclists and check.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after when you hold like Holiday bike or McGill and bike, boy, you feel like you're top notch.
Wow. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
So that's where your excitement started.
That's
from?
where our excitement started from.
So your dad was a cyclist as well.
Yes, my dad rode.
Okay.
Rode 2 cross country.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Excellent.
2 cross
excellent.
country. And my uncle finished. My uncle Lande, I got his bike. He rode. He finished 7th in 60.
Wow.
67, I think he finished 7th. I forget when.
Impre-
I still have the lead son trophy when it was win.
Oh, yeah?
Sonny Brass trophy. I say I polish up and save it when I was given back in the.
Nice.
I got a winner, but...
Winner.
No, sorry, this one. The person had one and they're missing.
Oh.
This person I highlight first, I had Arthur missing, but
Okay.
Tony Rosado and
Tony Rosado.
Janito, but
Yeah.
Janito. Yes, that's what I can.
Yeah.
Janito.
Edward Rude Arthur.
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And 10 total.
10.
10 total.
Tony Rosado is the brother
Mm-hmm.
of Fernando Rosado. Rode
Yeah.
some in the cross country
Again, Tony used to ride himself.
Tony used to ride, yeah, but I think he's married now.
Yeah, he's now in law enforcement.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's
Big up yourself, Tony.
Following his dad, no?
All right, good.
Nice job on the win. So
Yeah.
you get that helmet, sir.
Pick it up at the Ordonez Bike Shop. Want to thank all the winners and the people who give the prize, Mr. Kevin Logan and Azawil Turns.
Yeah.
So they make a move on to the rest of the show and be about the whole Saturday cross country race. So we probably could give the top 5. We have George, you could put up the picture of the.
Yep. So
It's right, that's all right.
Yep.
Andrew started off as an amazing day. Temperatures were probably in the mid to high 70s.
Right.
It was a cooler than throughout the week, and great morning for racing. One of the things about the cross country I like at the start. I actually love the start. I love that energy when you get out there.
Right, exactly.
And
The fans.
just the fans and the fans meeting their riders and their teams, and the teams are just kind of scrambling with last minute preparation. It's exciting. It's exciting.
And now you have the beautiful bloke there, so the Geotech, they got the beautiful they do it live. They know music over the mic, and the foreigners and they love that. That give they feel. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe that's why I want to win, because the energy I bring there.
Yeah, they will reconsider. Yeah, but lovely race. One of the oldest running race in this region, right?
Right.
94 years this year. Amazing. Every year after year.
Right.
I had some years that were missed due to different emergencies.
Right.
COVID.
Hurricane and COVID.
Yeah, hurricane and COVID. COVID we missed too. But exciting race. Again, I felt honored to be a part of it. But after the dust settled, we had 5 guys who were the best of the best on that day. And the guy that was the best overall was no other than Mr. Luis Lopez. He represented Honduras. Second.
And you did mention something. The record was broken.
Absolutely, record was indeed broken. They finished it in 5 hours and let me get the exact time. Exact winning time by Mr. Luis Lopez. 5 hours, 39 minutes and 26 seconds.
That's a new record, folks. New record.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What was the old record exactly?
The old record was 5:40:12.
5:40:12. Okay, close. Yep. So exciting, and all 8 guys. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. 9 guys
broke the old record now.
9 guys broke the old record. The last was John DeLong, who was at 5 hours 40 even. Well, all these guys at the same time, no? That came in together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys got 5:40 even. The other guys, the top 5, 5:39:26 by Luis Lopez out of Honduras.
First Honduran to win the race. First Honduran to win the race.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yep. 5:39:46 was second by no stranger to us, Ronnie Hula Hoo. Third place, 5:39:46 as well. Abner Maxwell, young kid, 20 years old.
Yep.
Skyline, amazing. Fourth was our Belizean hero, riding for Alliance United, and that's Carlton Robinson. He's a household name now, Carlton.
Yep.
And he didn't just came in fourth, right? He competed for the win. I listened to an interview by Carlton, and he said, he wanted to win, and he rode like he wanted to win. Unfortunately, just a few miles from the finish, he didn't have the legs or the extra juice it takes to get him over the hump. But again, a phenomenal performance by him. And rounding out the 5-man podium was this guy was here last year as well, Cyrus Perot. Yeah, nice job, American. So we had 2 Americans on the podium, and the others were Honduran, Guatemalan, or Belizean hero. So it was an excellent race. That was your top 5, and I think Andrew, I'll go ahead and mention.
Go ahead, yeah.
All these guys here who actually finished the race, because I think it's a very difficult race, and actually their names will be called, right? So so 5th place again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So after Cyrus Perot, another fantastic ride by another Belizean, Chavarria. Jocelyn Chavarria did a nice job, 6th place. 7th was the Canadian Jean-Michel Lachanche, if I'm pronouncing that correct. Corey Lockwood, John DeLong, Clayton Travis, Corey Williams, Oscar Quiros, Derek Chavarria. Derek also captured the first under 23. Giovanni Lovell, Dylan Levy, phenomenal ride by that young man. Dylan Levy. Just recently he was a guns rider.
Right.
Moved up to the weekend warrior level, and then off to the elite, and the rest is history, like they like to say. So it shows these young guys, that are coming up through those programs are doing a fantastic job. Delton Rojas.
Again.
Yes, up there again. This is a guy that we're hearing his name.
And you say what? He's a first
18
years old.
18 years old, Delton Rojas. It's funny. So this is the elite cross country, and he's in the top 20, right? And he was the cross country champion in the junior last year. Yeah, so excellent ride. Shea Wright was next. Goran Gabriel, not a good ride, strong ride by Goran. JION Gonzalez, I think he'll definitely do better in future cross country. He actually had a mechanical going into Esperanza.
Okay.
So I think that affected his race, or he'd probably be further up. I would expect JION to be a little bit further up with the other guys. Brandon Morgan, solid, strong top 10 ride by top 20 ride by Brandon Morgan, rounding out the top 20 podium there, because all these guys will get a little trophy, I believe. Dijon Hyde was next. Wasani Castro, Ivan Osha, the young Jalen Briseño, youngest rider, and is right there in the mix, in the 20s. So Jalen won the youngest rider trophy. Robert Liam Stewart, he was the first Masters 35 plus. Kinder Chase, he's a newcomer to Belize, road strong, older guy. The reliable and consistent Byron Pope was there. Patrick Rains, Jason Paez, Henry York, Fernando Rosado, Denroy Langford, strong ride from Denroy Langford from PMA. He won the 4-5. 4-5 Masters. He was number one there. Devin Azueta, Diego Azanon, the Guatemalan.
Yeah.
Kenroy Smokes Gladden, Jose Choto. Next we have Marion Munoz, Tyron Tasher, Eric Trapp, Kevin Gentle, Richard Vera, Ivan Vesio, Dante Young, Atli Lozano, Steven Jorgensen, first cross country ever, finishing his first cross country respectfully. Gregory Lovell, he had some serious mechanical and was also involved in a crash.
Okay.
So he broke off his entire rear derailleur.
Oh wow.
And then he had a crash. So he had two mishaps. Still strong enough to finish the race. Sherman Thomas, Morton Bradley from PMA, Andre Perez, another PMA guy, Hollister Baptist. We got Milos Clark, yours truly, Dwayne Wade, Frank Rowland, Quinton Hamilton, and Jalil Hini. That last name always give me a little bit of problem. That's the guy from
Ihinio.
Jalil Ihinio. I won't forget that again.
Yeah.
So that's your. Those are all your finishes. Of 120 or so cyclists that started, 55 completed the race. The other folks were out of the time limit or did not finish. So unfortunately, they won't be recorded. But what an amazing race to be a part of. That race was extremely difficult from the start to the finish.
This question for some of the recycling players.
What you said?
What do you all think happened to the most dominant team in Belize, Chief Flow? I was really rooting for those guys. It's because of poor decision making in the race.
You want to take that? And I have my thoughts on it.
So when they interview me about this, most of them interview me about what I think about the cross country. And we have all major teams here. We have very good riders. But I tell them I want to see the list of international riders. The fleet that came this year were no pushover. Those were some serious guys. I mean, the cross country champion, he was out from early in the morning, and these guys show that they definitely are top-notch riders. Like D. Wade said, JION had mechanical. The team, I mean, the race rode from the front. I mean, it was so aggressive. Going into any races, one person mentioned at the shop today that some of the riders were like, they got their, all the issues going up into the race kind of like thrown out. And so they were mentally fatigued like then, you understand? Because of little things that were happening in the, just before the race when they talk about who is coming and names calling and, so some riders are very, what do I say, sensitive when it comes to anything that they, so if if they have any issue, they don't focus, man, I want to go out to go ride good, and they hear the things, then they get kind of throw off. And so, with racing, you could never tell. You could never tell. We'd have to interview the riders and ask them what were their issues. People could have a bad day, and I guess the team just had one bad day out there Saturday. Your take?
Yeah. So my take on that, Andrew, is this, right? And I spent a little bit of time actually thinking about this, and being in the race as well.
Right.
I could.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
And for a good 60 miles or so, I was riding pretty aggressive in that race towards the front of the race, so I kind of see what was happening. But here's an issue when it comes to racing in Belize, and I think it's something that we will definitely have to address as team owners and team coaches and team managers, right? When there are big races and foreigners are invited and are here, Belizeans ride defensively. And I mean, you would agree with me, though.
Right.
I ride in all these races, and I'm an older rider, I'm a master rider. Obviously, I'm riding that way, right? But then young guys are also riding that way, and young guys with a strong team. For example, I would consider a team like G-Flow to be a very strong team. I would consider a team like Valvoline to be a pretty respectable team. I would consider a team like even Rolling Shatters to have some personnel there that can actually ride aggressive with Wasani Castro, Brandon Morgan, Dijon Hyde. Dijon Hyde, I mean, was third in Belmopan Classic, so he has that ability to ride aggressive. Wasani Castro obviously won that race and was also top 5 in Valentine's, right? But we have, as Belizean cyclists, when we hear foreigners are coming or be a part of the race, we automatically depend on those foreigners to make the race, right? We're at home, guys. You have put the work in. And I know these guys have put the work in because I've trained with a lot of them. They put the work in. So to me, the race was not that difficult for a young elite guy to ride aggressively, right? Luis Lopez came here and he was by himself, but what he did was he rode the race. He left everything out there, and if he didn't win, he would have been satisfied that he didn't win. Someone had a discussion with him, and you know what he said? He said the exact same thing. The Belizean riders weren't riding the race to win. He said after the race, a lot of them were fresh, still had legs, and that's not how you win these kinds of races. So that's one for, because I think I would expect Andrew, guys like Derek Chavarria. Again, for this race, I'm gonna give JION a pass because I saw what happened, and I know that was a difficult section where he had to chase.
Okay.
We flew past JION, and JION was back there, all the way in the back. I didn't sure he was gonna get back. They sent a teammate back for him, and the teammate ended up, because JION was taking so long, went and rejoined the peloton. So JION, that was a heck of a ride by him just to get back.
Exactly.
To be the top 20.
Yeah.
Right? So I know I'm going to give him a pass on this one, but the guys that I need to see more consistently when foreigners are involved, I need to see Derek Chavarria, right? I need to see Oscar Quiros. I need to see Giovanni Lovo. These are top elite guys.
Right.
I need those guys to come out and they've got support around them, to be able to be with these guys. And we have to give big kudos to big congratulations to Carlton, because Carlton rode that race like he wanted to win, and he felt like he could win. So, and Carlton is definitely a top 5 rider in Belize currently, but we can argue he's not the best rider. He's not the best rider. A lot of people would rank, a Derek Chavarria or a Oscar Quiros, even perhaps maybe a Wasani Castro over a Carlton Robinson. But Carlton and Byron, they put in the necessary work, and they felt confident. They felt confident that they could compete to win this race.
Exactly.
And Carlton was right there to win within seconds, right? And it was just a matter, perhaps maybe if he had gambled a little bit more. If he had gambled a little bit more and said, you know what, I'm just going to stick on Lewis wheel, on Lopez wheel, or I'll stick on Hula Who wheel, and that's going to be my gamble, right? Perhaps he could have been the crown champion. But in my opinion, you know, I don't think that our Belizean cyclists rode that race offensively. They rode a defensive race, right? The other thing I'd like to mention, Andrew, I know you got some thoughts too. The other thing I'd like to mention as well, the federation, this is not bashing by any means, guys. This is just a constructive criticism, right? What I think the federation needs to do, when they get a group of guys in to vet, right? Once the vetting process is done, not to say that the guys are coming, not to say they're registered, right? Once the vetting process is done, they need to make that list public.
Yep.
So our riders can prepare. And the other thing is to, like George and Andrew, getting involved in a cross country, you want to do that a few months out, right? Maybe 2 months out. So these international riders that are coming in, they will send their names in and we'll vet them. So the names, once they're vetted, okay, you know, rider A, B, C, D, E, F, these guys are vetted and they can come if they choose to, right? Now, what our local Belizeans can do, so let's say within that 60 days, a big race is happening in Guatemala or somewhere where these riders are going to be participating that you are going to be racing against. You might, if you have aspirations of winning the cross country, you might want to make that effort with your team or sponsor to get out there and race against Luis Lopez, race against Hula Who, right? That's what Jocelyn did, Junior Chav.
Right.
And Junior Chav knew that he could hang with these guys on his terrain.
Well, you know something, D? Junior Chav was at the bike shop Holy Thursday. And Junior Chav said, guys, pay attention to Luis Lopez. This guy is no pushover. I spoke to Kaliman Williams after the Easter Monday race. And Kaliman said that this guy is better for his riders, eh? And this is a part of a tricky that people will say that the guys that continental pros, I mean, Corey, Justin, and some other guys, but Luis Lopez name no show up no way. You may touch upon one topic, say that the man is like a mercenary, right?
Yeah, so what I've noticed with him, I've done a lot of research, right? Because Luis Lopez and Ronnie Hula Who, they both rode phenomenal and tour per La Paz.
Okay.
That's the big tour in Guatemala. Hula Who won that tour, and I believe Luis Lopez had one of the jerseys. I believe he told me it was a climb the mountain jersey he had. He won, but again, Chav made that sacrifice to go out there. Chav made that sacrifice to go out there and race along with these guys. So, and that's why I'm not surprised that Chav came in 6th, because he obviously knew the competition. He was following these guys. So, again, you know, he kind of paid attention to that, you know, early on, that he felt that race would have prepared him better for cross country. But I think, again, the federation should release these names earlier. So, like, for example, if we know that those two guys would be coming, perhaps more riders would have made the effort to go out there and kind of test themselves against those guys, right? Perhaps, but, and then, you know, once you know what you're doing, you know, you race against the top competition. Once you know that, you'll be more confident in the race, and instead of letting them dictate the pace, you have a team. You know, for example, G-Flow had a full team, 10 guys. You know.
Somebody might ask a question.
Yeah, so quick. There are questions that we got, like quick answer, guys. Like,
sure.
Number when this person may ask.
So, how many members was on the Williams team?
Remember?
Yeah. So depends on which Williams. So Corey Williams had what, 4 guys? Three including himself, and then Justin, I believe 2. Paez and well, one of his riders was disqualified.
Okay.
So he ended up with just 1. Yeah.
So that was it'll be 6.
Said before, yeah, 6.
It'll be 6. It'll be 6.
It'll be 6 total, yeah.
Then this one is that show man, it disappeared upon me, man.
Robert Munnings? Which one?
Oh, you see? Oh, you see?
Munnings,
On the screen? Okay.
What will be
What will be the outcome of the CFB for registering riders under a different name and wasn't allowed to ride the race?
Yeah, so something was brought to my attention, but a lot of those are speculations. So we don't want to touch on that. We let the
CFB answer that.
we let CFB answer that, guys. Again, those are just speculations. That what this viewer is alluding to is the fact that a rider was that what was in the race, actual name was not listed.
Okay.
On the start. Yeah, and wrote under someone's identity, I believe, but. That again, I don't think we should touch that, no?
Yeah, guys, I believe we have to get somebody for the Cycling Federation who can explain all those little issues. We don't have the answers for those, and we can go by speculation.
Yes, absolutely, agreed.
How about this one, so then moving on to some way, discussion here, since
why were Carlton and Junior Chav able to bridge across to the big guns?
Well, Elstan, that's a great question, Elstan, and that is in line with what I was saying, right? I don't believe that those guys were riding aggressively enough, and I believe their preparation was good. In my opinion, I would think their preparation was good because all the races heading into cross country, they represented well. Again, I think maybe a little bit disappointing for G Flow that they didn't do as well in Belmopan Classic, but I would figure a big race like cross country, and then they had a very nice training camp as well. All those guys were staying together up there in Cayo. So, if I was a part of that team, I would definitely, encourage you guys to ride a lot more aggressive to dictate the race. Be a part of the race. Every move. They need to be a part of. If some of the big gun foreigners that can win the race are in those moves, then they have to be there too as well, right? The bacon guy on those teams have to be there as well. So I think perhaps, in my opinion, again, and riding in the race, I think they were riding too conservative, too much on the defense.
And that would segue right into this other question for Al Smith.
Read out, Judge, because we can't say everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't see now because the way how this...
What do you think? Yeah,
I'm trying to bring it up on this, and I want to...
Oh, you see, the part.
What do you think caused them to ride defensively? Now, Al Smith, that's...
Yep. So exactly my response is that they are not confident in their abilities to ride aggressively to win the race. That would be the base. The simple reason why you ride defensively is that you are not confident in your ability to dictate the pace. So, for example, you have a couple of guys working for, let's say, I'm not sure who the main person was or if there's an option A and option B, right? When I was a part of the Rolling Shackles, I had an option A and option B, right? With last year, Henry Lee came in 6th. But my plan for him was he have to be in the front of the race, right? My option A guy, when the players that we've identified that are going to be winners of this race, if they're moving, you have to move.
You have to move.
Right, and if they decide to roll early, you have to roll early.
Right.
If you can watch the race play out. If they're not rolling early, and these guys are definitely going to be there, you've identified, then yeah, you can relax a little bit. But if they're moving, you have to move. So
I see Carlton made it out early the morning when you had 6 riders up front, along with the same cross country champion. Carlton was in that group.
Carlton came to win that race. Yeah. There's no doubt. He rode to win.
And he rode really aggressive because, a lot of the shop guys may say that some people say, well, he shouldn't follow this way, but like this guy said that none of us was in that position. The only person probably in a position in the past, Charles Lewis, nobody in a position to say who that person for mark, because what probably got through Carlton's mind is that, man, the cross country is here for me to win, and I have to take all of these guys seriously. So Carlton followed about, I say at least most about 8 or between 8 and a dozen attacks. I mean, and he were going for the wheels of Luis Lopez, hula hoop, where the guy named from the Canadian guy, Jean Michel, even Maxwell, all of this, and so Carlton gave his all. He left it out there on the road. He said he didn't want to say men never chase someone and that are the winner. So Carlton went out and he gave his heart out. So kudos to that young man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, impressive ride by him. I think with a little bit more experience, he'll be a cross country champion because again, if he had gambled a little bit more, but again, right, he was there to win, and he said it. I listened to his interview, and Carlton said that I was amazed by that, and it shows that he's going to come back strong again. He wasn't satisfied with his 4th place. Even though he's a first Belizean and he's getting all the recognition, he's not satisfied because in his heart and in his mind, he knew that he could win that race. He knew that he was Luis Lopez, Ronnie Hulahu, and Abner Maxwell was not better than Carlton Robinson on Holy Saturday. They were not better than him. They may have made better decisions, but they're not better than him. And I truly believe that. Would you agree with me?
I will. And I spoke to some of the riders and I said that, listen to me. Ronnie Hulahu and Luis Lopez actually, even though they are not on the same team heading to Belize, they still have allegiance to each other.
But remember, they rode together on the same team at Tour Port La Paz.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. But they didn't come together here in Belize. But of course, say, well, why
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure if Hulahu attack, Lewis is not going to jump on his wheel right away, right? So that's one of the things that was a little difficult for Carlton. And unfortunately, I spoke to Chav, and Chav said that he had some mechanical issues. His Di2 went into crash mode.
Crash mode,
so
right?
He was on
able to
full block. So that's kind of difficult to follow moves on full block, right?
I mean, and I watching a Chav face, and a man mouth was so wide open. I saw one Dia could jump down through the man's throat, right?
Yeah.
The next question, sorry.
It's a other thoughts on it. So although CFB are the one for really answer the disqualification, it's what other thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on one of the William brothers trying to sign up a rider that wasn't qualified on a next name from Assembly Cycling?
So George, that question was brought to me, or that was brought to my attention on Monday. I didn't know that happened at all during the race. So apparently, again, we don't have any proof of this. This is apparently what they're saying, right? They're saying that Connor White was listed on the start list, right? Connor White. However,
Alex
right. No, but Connor White was listed on the start list, who was vetted. This is allegations, right? Again, and I'm just repeating some allegations. I don't have any proof of this. CFB will have to come on and address this, right? So Connor White was listed on the start list, and he was vetted and he qualified. But Alec Cohen was not permitted to race. But Alex Cohen accompanied the team here. And Holy Saturday morning, apparently, this is again, apparently, Alex Cohen started the race under Connor White. And 30 miles into the race, Alex Cohen was removed and disqualified. And the allegation was that they were gonna, if Alec Cohen was removed from the race, the entire Williams team would have been DQ'd. Now, my take on this, again, I don't know if that happened. I have no proof that happened. That's allegations. But my proof on this is that the rules are in place, and the rules should not be broken, right? The vetting is done, and whoever is vetted to participate in the race, those are the ones who qualify to participate in the race, and those are the names that should be in the race. If anything happens outside of that and you're breaking the rules, obviously that's not great sportsmanship. Well, that's not good for the sport. But again, we don't know if that happened.
Well, we have information. I have information that he actually lined up.
That who did?
Cohen actually lined up.
Alec Cohen, okay.
Yes, and so cyclists saw him. They drew the attention of the officials and said, "Listen, this gentleman, no business in the race."
Okay.
And they went to the team and tell them, "Listen to me. If this man come out of the race, the whole team are disqualified." Well, they had back and forth, and eventually the officials said, "Listen to me. You have to remove the man. If you don't remove the man, the whole team will be disqualified.
So look at, sorry for butting, because
but-
I asked this afterwards, and this is the same person I seen they asked about. Why did they DQ one of Williams' rider? Because the one of Williams' rider would refer to.
Alec Cohen was disqualified.
And then Al Smith put this here where I assume that we the top when they pull out one and then during the race. I don't know why he rode under Ty Manager. I guess
Ty Magner,
No,
he rode under Connor White.
Under Connor White, yeah.
Yeah, under Connor White. I assume he referred to the same one.
Correct. Yeah, that's the same case.
Will you explain that why they pull out? I mean, basically they say, hey, if you pull out, the whole team win.
Yeah. So what Ali is saying, and the cyclist said it's fact. It's not allegation. So he did line up.
Okay.
Cohen did line up, and they pulled him out the race because.
Well, I said allegation because I'm under the fact that Connor White was in the race.
No,
that's where, as a racer, that's who I saw, Connor White. I didn't see Alec Cohen. So now that I am aware that Alec Cohen was in the race and he was not vetted to be a part of the race, he shouldn't be a part of the race.
Right, yeah.
I got a spicy question there.
You go ahead.
No, you sure?
Go ahead.
I asked Mr. Adonis, you couldn't record, I guess they said record the talking of the race to hear your voice. Like, I don't know if the person that asked if you could record on the side, and I got a question mark. I assume they asked that question, but I guess it asked if you can record on this. I don't know about that.
So what happened? I was on the Cycling Federation team, and so when they bring me in, they have the control in studios, and they control, when I come in, when I not come in. It's their show. Next year, I would appeal to the Cycling Federation that I'll be my own media house. I will pay them, just like when I have Love FM out there and I have Creme FM out there. Just be transparent with me. If you not charge them $2,000, $5,000, you charge me and I will pay that fee, and I'll do, because just like I watch TV, somebody watch NBC, somebody watch ABC, somebody watch CNN. So everybody have the rights to watch who they want. I would want to be my own my own media, so my fans can follow me. And so as that in the future, I won't work with the Cycling Federation anymore when it comes to races. So if fans don't hear me out there with the Cycling Federation, I'm asking the Cycling Federation to let me be my own media house, and they charge me a fee. I pay that fee and I go and cover the race. On our page, you understand?
Well, I remember I alluded to that previously, that the federation, in my opinion, should open up the coverage, right?
Right.
And they could have their own coverage as well.
Right.
But any qualified media, registered media host that wants to cover the race, charge them a fee, and then you find your, if it's Andrew Ardonis on team or as the wheels turn that wants to broadcast this race in your own format for your own fans and viewers, right? You can do that, and then however you recoup that your cost, your expense, you recoup that, and that's on you, and that's your individual broadcast, and everybody knows where to find your live stream, right? So that's the way to go, really and truly. That's the way it's done across the world. Tour de France, you can tune into GCN, you can tune into NBC Sports, you can tune into beIN. I think there's one. So it's just the right thing to do.
And I want to get clear that to the fans and people there, I'm not fighting with the CFB. I don't fight with them. It's just that fans and they took a lot of heat because of people watch the race and they didn't like how the race run. No? So, but I'm not fighting with the CFB. I mean, they are trying. But what the CFB have to sit down and say, listen to me. For us to be the Cycling Federation who run the race and also wants to be media, they have to say if it is profitable, because when you have all the people to do it, they have to pay everybody. And so they have to say, man, after we do this, we end up with $200. We could have sold that race for $5,000, and we don't have to worry about equipment. We don't have to worry until we sell it. Then people pay away $5,000. That go towards when charge different media houses, and so they make that how they make the money. But when they decide to be media house themselves and they have issues, then the fans lash out at there, and then they get upset. They get very upset and they get thin skin and they say they don't like them and things like that. But you have to go back to the drawing boards and say, our job as the Cycling Federation of Belize is to build the sport of cycling. recruit new riders, develop. There's a lot of I as a commentator, I say a lot of infractions, I say a lot of cheating, I say a lot of things, but that's not my job. That's the job of I don't report that. That are the officials. I see certain things that riders do where service people do, but again, that's not my business. I cannot as a media host. I'm not supposed to give. I not even tell a rider that one break to come back with D-Wade. I can't say that. I only could say if they ask you, I could say 50 seconds is a gap. That's all I could say. But other than that, so I asked the CFB to look into these stuff because I have seen where officials, the service riders, I see where officials, they tell them who they come, and that's not right.
Correct.
And so the CFB have to come together, and that's a tough thing because they are not, the people from the cycling federation are not paid. They are voluntary people. They have a lot of work to do. Yeah. And so I hope that in a few years' time, I want to retire from, I want to still be one bike mechanic, but I want to retire from that part, and I want to give my all into cycling. So I don't want to be no president. I definitely don't want to be no president. But I want tribal is sport, so we are continuing to have kids race. I want to continue to go to all races and try to uplift people because I want to see the sports grow.
Sure.
And in no means they attack the CFB or I'm not going to school for this, but I love the sport and like yourself, D, and we try build it. So at no moment, if I offend anybody for the CFB or anybody, I'm sorry, but I just want to see the thing grow, and I think they are making certain mistakes. And like when they decide for one be media host, it won't work. The fans, we bring cycling a certain way, and fans love that. Fans don't want to hear that. They want to Tour de France thing because we're not ready for the Tour de France thing. It's obvious.
Well, I think the total control by CFB as far as the broadcasting, I think that could be a slight mistake.
Yep.
Open it up. Like you said, maybe put more resources, more of their resources on officiating the races. On officiating these races, making sure these infractions are not being broken, rules are not being broken, things of that nature, right? Instead of putting X amount of people on media and still not getting it 100% accurate. Let people that are seasoned at that and have a, you know what I mean, George? People that are doing this on a daily basis, let them do it. Your Krem, your Love FM, your Andrew Ordonis, and whoever else wants to get engaged and do it that way. And then they can also build their own media, eventually, and they can have that as an offering later as well. But
there were officials at each other throat out there. The officials were arguing because certain decisions were made. And I have recording, but I would never go out and data for my eyes only. I won't share it with anybody at all.
So not us with anyway.
Yeah.
So Sandra Bales have a question, and the response. Yeah, the response to that would be definitely a CFB question. But in previous years, I can tell you that they had a full podium for under 23. They had a full podium for Masters 35 plus as well. But so I was a little surprised to see just one prize was given out for that category.
Good question today. Good question, Mr. Bales. I believe that the cross country had over 179 station prizes. It's a tough job for the officials because you have to go every minute for capture a prize. Now, what I ask the people who give the prize, especially if they want monetary prize, give it towards finishing so they could carry the finishing prize deeper inside. If you say I will give 30 deep prizes, you want to encourage riders to finish because the station prize are gobbled up by the foreigners who come in, the faster man, and say, hey, what? We are grabbing the station prize, we want to capture thousands of dollars, and we could quit the race. You understand? But if you give good prizes for the podium or the finishing prize, cyclists say, man, if I even finish 30, I still collect $500. So my take was I'd have less station prizes and more finishing prizes and better finishing prizes, and I hope that the donors would say, something, we know we have family member that this village or whatever, but we want, because the name is still call so and so give this prize. My sister came and my sister gave me you know, some money, I say, give us towards station prize. Station prize. I said, I'll give 2 station prize, but the rest of the money I will give the CFB, and they can put it towards finishing prizes. And my name's still on call in memory of, you know, so-and-so. And my sister gave me, and I told the federation, here's the money, take this and stretch it maybe in a tree. And I hope that other people will do the same. You understand? Not just giving, I think one station prize at $2,000 by Leslie's Imports. $2,000. That could maybe $200 station price and put the next $1,800 towards the finishing. That's my take. I mean, you know, I don't know how the people that give the prize feel, but you know, and I think nobody's gonna win a prize. You understand? Well, I'm not really one, but that's a huge prize to win because some riders now win that. Somebody could fly past right there and say, I give up right there, I don't win $2,000.
yeah.
So
true.
I
agree
believe
with you,
in
and those special prizes should definitely go out 3 deep for a podium. You know, Masters 35 plus the other one was under 23. That's I mean that's a major UCI categorization, and also I think they should incorporate you know a 40 plus, a 50 plus, and a 60 plus as well as special prizes. But work in progress. Hopefully the federation is listening to some of these concerns that we have, and also that the viewers, right, to make it a good like I said, we're moving in the right direction. Races are exciting. I personally like the fact that the cross country field was as big as it is. It's in my 5 cross countries, this is the largest that I've been a part of so far. 120 riders, so that's a nice significant increase and highlight there. And then I believe they did a very good job with the vetting, other than that whole lesion thing that happened, right? The Alec Cohen situation. But I think they did a good job, because even though we had 4 non-Belizeans on the podium, I won't call them foreigners, non-Belizeans on the podium. We had 4 out of the 5. I still, again, I felt like Carlton could have won that race. Just again, experience and a little bit more tactical, gambling a little bit more, being that he's a true sprinter. I think that our Belizean cyclists can definitely compete with these guys. So it shows that the process that they had for vetting worked. Would you agree with me with that?
Right.
Yeah. So it was fair. So these guys that are competing international. The Belizeans, the top Belizeans, can definitely compete with them. Again, your Carlton Robinson, your Oscar Quiros, your Jaiven Gonzalez, your Derek Chavarria, Wasani Castro, and those guys can definitely compete and win this race. So, in my opinion, continue bringing these guys. Again, the level is pretty solid if you're bringing these guys here. I also think that allowing more of team guys to come. For example, it's Starline? Skyline. They had 4 riders. I think giving them the opportunity, as long as the vetting is done, the correct vetting is done, I think it's a good thing for Belizean cyclists. But we have to prepare as local Belizeans. We have to prepare. You need to be going into cross country well prepared. 3,000 plus miles under your belt, hard miles, and racing from January 1st to cross country minimum.
As you're saying, a lot of fans or folks come by and ask what they want to know about the defending cross country champion, how Oscar, they expect Oscar to give a good showing. I understand that Oscar wasn't feeling that well. That's why I answer, because I spoke to Oscar off camera some races before, and Oscar said he was preparing to repeat as champion. So he put in the work. But fans and people believe that humans or cyclists are machines, that once you win a race, you're supposed to win all races. And so what they have to understand, that these guys, they're not human. They get sick. You understand? They could have a bad day. You get up in the morning, probably eat something where upset your stomach. A lot of variables. And so people say, well, how Oscar no show up? Oscar probably have a bad day. That happened.
Yeah, but Yeah, I agree with that. And obviously, like I said, but you know, with our top cyclists, we need a little more consistency too, though. You know, there's got to be some because at this point, you kind of have to know how to prepare for these big races. You have to prepare. You know, there's consistency in preparation as well, right? You do the miles, do the training, you do the necessary races leading up to the big dance. You take care of your body, right? It's a discipline. I mean, the guys that are winning, believe me, they're doing a lot of things the right way and being disciplined. So that consistently discipline, you know, being consistently disciplined will result in consistent performance, for sure. But you know, again, one of the takeaways would be that I am confident in our Belizean talent here. I'm very confident that they can compete at this level. This level was not higher than our level. It's just that I think we need to make sure that we're going into these races riding aggressively and offensively instead of just always defensively and expecting the foreigners to take us as far as they can take us. And then first, I mean, what's going to happen? We think that at some point we're just going to get lucky and win the race. Now you have to go out there and fight to win now. So that's my take on it. But it's exciting race again. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to everyone that finished a very hard race, Andrew. You know, I was excited to be a part of it. You know, I just hope that the race gets even bigger and better every year.
Yeah. So. You look like we're almost out of time. We could have stayed all night and talk about this.
Oh, wow.
We could have stayed all night. You saw a quick time fly by. I mean, I have so much more to say, but unfortunately, you know, time is not on our side.
Before you leave, can I pick your brain?
Go ahead.
Before we leave, Andrew, you've been around cycling for how many years?
But finally, like what, 17 years old when I ride my first cross country. Yeah.
So I got a two-part question. As far as this cross country, how would you rate it as far as the excitement of it and the type of race? That's the first part.
Well, this race shows that this race in a war, being that the record was broken, that I won. So it was high tempo from start to finish. So you had to prepare. You know, I had a lot of attacks, but you had a lot of control. And like you mentioned that you have to go and ride. You have to go and ride offensively, not defensively. You have to pay attention because you don't know. The guys who don't know what the community really know about, and like I say, if they would have known about the riders earlier, they could research and say, man, you know, this rider have to stick close. So yes, it was a very, very aggressive race, fast, and one of the best races ever.
I agree with that. And number two, the second part of this question, Andrew, is in the last 6 years for sure, last 5 cross countries, this has been the most foreign competition, non-Belizeans that have been in this race, correct? Yeah.
Right.
So in your opinion, how do you feel about that process? Do you think that we should be opening up the race like that, continue down that path?
Continue on that path. That's how we want to grow because like we mentioned in the past, that their riders were the kind of Belize, the guys that we go meet when we go race outside, superior to these guys. So these guys want to help we raise with level, and I hope that for other races, if they could have some foreigners, maybe right across the border, that is very good. Invite them into. So it can't be just one race of bringing top riders. So because they want to leave and then riders and say, oh boy, man, we happy they crazy man gone, right? But if you keep them level up, and I believe that the other races they have to have limo better price so that riders can look forward to something to ride for. And I hope that the riders learn from this experience that I can't ride anymore. If I meet someone Saudi, I can't ride no 25 miles. Now I have to make sure that I could average like 28 miles. You have to raise the bar. You have to raise the bar. And I have to, before I close, I have to big up Carl McCulloch, the coach of the small team.
100%.
Yes, Carl have been doing an excellent job. People may say, who is Carl McCulloch? You know, coach. Carl McCulloch knows it. He prepared that team very well. Early in the race, I say Fernando Rosado, they work as a super domestic, they take care of Carlton. I say Byron Pope, they do the same thing. So they know their role.
They had a plan. And they came out to ride. And if you notice, not to cut you off, but if you notice, all the races they've ridden with offensively.
Right.
They've ridden all those races offensively. All the big races, Valentine's Tour. They've ridden the Alfred Park. All the races they've ridden offensively, which that's how you.
As a wheel turns race, yeah.
That's how you have to win the races, right? And for a small team, you know, those guys are doing very well. And I think, like I said, hopefully this is an eye opener for the other powerhouse teams to, you know, understand what the goal is, right? The goal is not to sit in. The goal is to win.
Right.
Right. Sitting in. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be disappointed at the end because you're gonna have all this juice left, and then. And it doesn't happen for you, but you know, I think again I believe in our young athletes here in Belize. I think we have the ability to do great things. You know, I think and the other thing I want to touch on too, Andrew, a lot of people are saying that these guys that are coming to Belize are pros. They're getting paid to ride their bikes. And that's not the case.
No.
That's not the case. You've got old guys there who are pretty strong and doing well. You got your
Patrick Reigns,
you got John Delan and all those guys, and they're, you know, they have a 9-to-5 job. Clayton Travis, you know, all those guys. So yeah.
Yeah, well, the like I said, we could stay all night. So you want to say your
George, are we still on?
Yeah. Time done. We surpassed by 6 minutes.
Okay, excellent. Well,
your closing words, D.
Well, I want to say, do we even have time for that? I want to say thank you guys again to all our dedicated, consistent viewers, followers. You know, because you guys are. I mean, obviously, it's a very engaged show tonight. You see all the questions popping up on the screen. So thank you for making As the Wheels Turn the favorite show here in Belize. I'm excited to be a part of it, and every time I come in here, there's an energy, there's a smile on my face from the start to the finish, because it's exciting. It's just exciting to be a part of this. Exciting to talk about a sport that we love. You know, all the positive comments that's coming in, we love that. You know, we want to keep this show very positive and very uplifting, and you know, we're supporting cycling across the board, across the country, thanks to these great young men here, including young Andrew Ordonez, who have taken me in to be a part of this show. Lex, we're missing you tonight. D out in Chicago, thank you guys for welcoming me to be a part of this team. I'm excited, and I'm already thinking about next week.
George and Ordonez, not Andrew.
No, young Andrew.
No man, me the old man.
Young George, young Andrew.
Yeah.
So, thanks again.
Yeah, well, D, it's a pleasure having you as my co-host. I don't anyone call a co-host. You know, with a both hosts. you did such an awesome job. I mean, you know, when I call you, said, Donis, I don't have so much info, and that's what I love. You know, you're there ahead of the game. So, your presence really make the show, you know, more awesome. So, thank you. We really appreciate it. In closing, I definitely want to thank you, the fans who continue to show the love for us with the show, with the streaming, and I try to do my best to give you a good product. It's tough. I mean, it takes a toll on me sometimes. Sometimes I get irritated, I get upset, I might say some things that might offend people, and you know, I'm just human. You know, these things can happen. But
you do, Andrew? I don't think so.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
you're
people
you're the nicest media guy out there, man.
No, I have said something that offend people, because people come and say, "Man, Andrew, why did you do that? You offend you." And I said something, you know. I'm sorry. Certain things got to me, and I made an outburst, and you know, I apologize for if I mash anybody too, right? But it's life. But I will continue to do my best. I will continue to push the youths. I want, you know, as Big Mike, we want to try to have a lot more youth race, because the youths are the future of this thing. And I want to definitely thank all the people who continue to give for Billy Sport, who support the show. It costs money, right? You know, I'm not too much people for calling names, but they know who they are, and they call me all the time and say, Andrew, we are continuing to support you. We see what you are doing. You go way and above. You understand? This weekend, I cut my Easter vacation short because I come back for do the race Monday morning, right? You know, I have fun at Corozal. I have to thank my family who support me all the time. I have to thank you again, Dee, and to everyone who support the show. Thank you. I hope you have a blessed night with God's spare life. Hopefully, I do this Saturday morning to bring you live action of the series Saturday Race. And continue for support, man. We love you guys. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And with that said, we are out. Good night. Peace. Oh, of course, the guys in behind the scene. Well, only George here tonight, but you know, big up George, big up Winnie, and of course my beautiful wife. We out.
Excellent.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels